Hello everyone, it's Redstone Chester here, and today we're going to be doing something a bit different. I'm going to be ranking every track in Mario Kart Wii based on my personal opinion. Now, this is going to be split into two videos, being the 10 worst tracks and the other 22 tracks. Why 22 and 10? Because there's 32 tracks in Mario Kart Wii, and obviously, if I want to do the worst 10, we have to do the best 22. So with all that being said, let's get right into this list. So, Delfino Square at number 22. Delfino Square is an interesting course, obviously originally from the Nintendo DS version of Mario Kart. It basically brings you through a town on Delfino Island, as I'm guessing, because it's Delfino Square. Delfino Island, in case you don't know, is the main setting of Super Mario Sunshine from 2002 on the Nintendo GameCube. Anyway, the track isn't crazy boring, but it's not crazy interesting either, so that's why it takes the number 22 spot. But the thing is, it's a solid step up from the next track in line, being number 23, which we won't talk about in this video, but with that being said, let's get on to the next track. At number 21, we have Mario Kart Wii's Bowser Castle. So, while this is my second favorite Bowser Castle in the entire Mario Kart series, it's not exactly one of the best tracks in its respective game. Sure, it's not horrible. It's actually a great track. It's just Mario Kart Wii has so many great tracks that, well, it's kind of hard to put this one any higher, although, I don't know, it's debatable in number 20. I don't know, it's just, maybe if I had actually unlocked the Special Cup earlier and gotten to play this track more, I'd like it more than I do. But, unfortunately, it falls down a spot because I haven't played as much as the track right above it. But, either way, number 19, 20, and 21 can be swapped around for me. Number 20 is Peach Beach. Originally from Mario Kart Double Dash, this track features the Cataquacks. The Cataquacks were originally enemies in Super Mario Sunshine, and they are annoying. But the track is just a peaceful beach track. It's short, but it's interesting enough to be a good short course. It's not crazy short like, I don't know, Ghost Valley 2 and Yoshi Falls, but it's just long enough to where it's not boring, and the Cataquacks always mix it up with how you have to drive around the course. So overall, Peach Beach is a pretty decent course. Number 19 is Mario Circuit. Now, Mario Kart Wii's Mario Circuit isn't the best Mario Circuit. I mean, to be fair, I haven't played a crazy amount of Mario Circuits. I played the SNES 2 and 3, the official versions anyway, of those two tracks in their respective Mario Kart games. I played the Game Boy Advance Mario Circuit, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Mario Circuit. But Mario Kart 7's Mario Circuit will always be my favorite. But as back to the Wii Mario Circuit, this Mario Circuit mixes things up. Now, obviously, it's a simple course with few rough turns and doesn't really have any gaps to fall into. It's just your average circuit track, but it does include the chain jump as a nice hazard on that one turn, although you can skip the turn using a mushroom. And the other track features Goombas and moving item boxes to make the track a little more interesting. Overall, this is not a bad Mario Circuit by any means, but it's definitely not the best one Nintendo's ever made. Number 18 is DS Beach Gardens. Now, this track is actually pretty cool. I never expected to have a track based so much on the flowers, and I feel like it works with the chain jumps roaming around the garden like crazy maniacs. Personally, I feel like without the chain jumps, this track would be like 20 times more boring and possibly be very much far down this list. But the chain jumps move in interesting patterns. Like, they are predictable, and if you know the track well enough, you can avoid them. But sometimes you get a little behind where you normally are, or a little ahead of where you normally are, and you don't know where the chain jump's gonna be. And therefore, you gotta make last-minute decisions to dodge them. obviously, this track is pretty cool. Especially in the Monty Moles at the end, which I think are pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool that they added the Monty Moles in this game. But still, this track is overall not bad. It's a pretty good track from the DS anyway. Let's move on. Number 17 is GCN Mario Circuit from Mario Kart Double Dash. Remember I said Mario Kart Wii's Mario Circuit wasn't the best Mario Circuit, but it was still a good one? This is what I meant. It's not even the best Mario Circuit in some game. The GameCube version of Mario Circuit is better because, well, it's one, the original, and two, it feels more like a more fully fledged Mario Circuit. It's got more variety in the track. Like, you've got sand hills, you got piranha plants, and you still have to chain jump on that one turn. So, overall, I feel like it just did better. It just did what Mario Kart Wii tried to do better earlier, before Mario Kart Circuit Wii even existed. But yeah, overall, Mario Circuit from the GameCube. Oh, by the way, this track might have not even been in Mario Kart Wii. Apparently, it's discovered in the game's files from Mario Kart DS. But there was an untextured version of this track in the game's files from Mario Kart DS. So, it's heavily possible that this track might not even been in this Mario Kart game. So, I'm grateful we do have it in this Mario Kart game. So, let's move on. Number 16, Daisy Circuit. So, Daisy Circuit's the first track in the Star Cup, and it doesn't have the same track theme as Mario and Luigi Circuit, and that's good. It has a much more fitting theme. I feel like it does a good job at establishing a good circuit for Daisy with the two giant statues of her dancing with Luigi and Baby Luigi as Baby Daisy and Baby Daisy respectively. And I feel like that adds a lot of flair to the track. Like, there's no Mario statue on Mario Circuit, yet there's a Daisy statue on Daisy Circuit, and there's a Luigi statue on both Luigi Circuit and Daisy Circuit for that matter. So, why didn't Mario get a statue? I don't understand. At number 15, we have Shyguy Beach. Now, Shyguy Beach is an interesting course. At first, it looks just like your average flat, boring beach course from the Game Boy Advance because of Mode 7 and stuff. But then you realize it's not. With the Shyguy ship in the back shooting bombs onto the course, you have to avoid the bombs, which gives a little more variety in the course. So, basically makes it less boring. On top of that, the fact that the shallow water all around the main part of the course is slightly off-road is also an incentive to stay on the track instead of trying to go into water to cut. And on top of that, it makes an incentive to avoid the water whenever you can. So that way you don't slow down at all. This makes it where you have to do pretty strategic hops at the end of the course where there's little patches of water in between the 5 little islands. Yeah, I don't know how the world record does it. I mean, that's pretty darn impressive using the spear on that track for the world record. So, yeah, Shyguy Beach is a interesting course, and it's a fun one at that. Number 14 is DK Mountain from the Mario Kart Double Dash. Honestly, the way this track is made in this game, I couldn't honestly tell you if this track was from Double Dash or from Mario Kart Wii. This track feels like it fits in with the mechanics of Mario Kart Wii. It just feels great to drive on with Mario Kart Wii's mechanics. Despite the fact, although its turns are a little difficult for some outside drifting vehicles. Well, that's most likely due to the nature of Double Dash's drifting system. In Double Dash, you didn't really have to hop to drift. Basically, you just started the drift with the drift button, you stayed on the ground the whole time, which allowed you to take turns super duper tight. So yeah, DK Mountain is, in my opinion, a pretty good course, and I've got nothing wrong with DK Mountain, and hey, it has the same music as Dino Dino Jungle from the GameCube, so hey, that's a plus. I love Dino Dino Jungle. But moving on. Keeping along with the GameCube theme here, at number 13 we have the second best retro track in this game, GCM Waluigi Stadium. Now this track is a track that looks like it was made for Mario Kart Wii in the first place. It's a giant stadium track featured after everybody's favorite Mario character, Waluigi, who will never be in Smash Brothers apparently. And it's one of Waluigi's, like, 2 tracks that he has, and both of his tracks are phenomenal. Waluigi Pinball and Waluigi Stadium are both great tracks. Back on the Waluigi Stadium. This track makes good use of the trick system with the giant ramps everywhere, and the half pipes, and the moving piranhas on the track as well. Surprisingly enough, you don't spin out if you hit one, you just collide with them as if they were like a wall, which is pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure that one of the only obstacles in this game to do that is cars will run you over and most enemies will make you spin out or flip you over in the case of the cataplasms. But yeah, Waluigi Stadium is a pretty good course. The best retro track in Mario Kart Wii at number 12 is Mario Raceway from the N64. This is a fantastic course. In my opinion, this would probably work in any Mario Kart game except maybe the Mode 7 ones because of the Piranha Plants, but this track is very, very cool. I am a huge fan of the Raceway tracks from Mario Kart 64, so I'm perfectly okay with this one. Mario Raceway is a track that feels like your generic circuit course, but then you realize it has tons of turns, the iconic music, the Piranha Plants, the cool pipe at the end which you actually trick off the sides, and the Piranha Plants are scattered everywhere. It's a very, very, very nostalgic, very, very popular, and very amazing racetrack overall, and it's very iconic for many people and nostalgic for those who played Mario Kart 64. As Mario Kart 64 was the first Mario Kart game to have 3D rendered tracks, this is one of the best tracks that N64 had to offer, except Rainbow Road and Cuba Triple Beach. I liked both those better, so just saying. From this point on, the list is going to be all Wii tracks. At number 11, we have Mushroom Gorge. Mushroom Gorge is a track. It's full of mushrooms. It's in a gorge. End of discussion. But in all seriousness, Mushroom Gorge is filled with these bouncy mushroom pads that spring you up into the air when you hit them. Those are the red ones. The green ones are just stationary platforms to drive on, and in Mario Kart 7's edition of the track, which we are not talking about here, there's a blue mushroom that you can glide off of on the higher path. Although the lower path's pretty much converted to be faster at this point, but still. Overall, this track is great with its music, and the mushroom pads add an interesting amount of variety into this game. So Mushroom Gorge is a pretty good track. But there's still 10 Wii tracks that are better. Yep, all the remaining tracks are from the Wii original. So, let's get moving on. At number 10, we have an interesting pick. We have the Luigi Circuit. Now, this track is mostly here because I like this track so much because I played it so much. It's one of the tracks that I always play when I play this game. I like the Luigi. This track is what I always play so much, and it's just a fantastic course. It's a good beginning course for Mario Kart game. It is an amazing course, and I hope that Luigi Circuit gets remade eventually, but there are 9 courses in the game I like more than Luigi Circuit, simply because Luigi Circuit's simple. It's a little too simple. And there are many courses that are way more interesting than it that deserve to be ranked higher on this list and are. So let's move on. At number 9, we have the Moo Moo Meadows. This track is incredible. I don't even understand how this track didn't get into Mario Kart 7. Probably because apparently Mario Kart 7 was obsessed with the glider, and apparently maybe Moo Meadows wouldn't fit a glider. I mean, definitely not the boost ramp at the end. No, we didn't use a glider ramp there or anything. I mean, Mario Kart 8 didn't do it. They had their own side platform for the glider. But Moo Moo Meadows is a fantastic course. It deserved to be remade in Mario Kart 8. And overall, it's an amazing course in both games. But point is, Moo Moo Meadows is a good course. Sure, the cows are a little bit annoying, and the Monty Moles are too, especially because in this game you get caught on the dirt trail, it slows you down. This is a good track, and is in no way, shape, or form a track that should be disrespected or hated by any Moo Moo Farm fans of the N64 claiming this track just took off its fame. But This track is a good track, and I hope anyone who plays this game can see this. Moving on. At number 8, we have Maple Treeway. This course is pretty fantastic. Ever since Mario Kart 7, which is where I played this course first, I've loved this course, and I like the Wii version better because the glider at the end just didn't seem to fit. Maybe it would have worked better if you had the glider ramp still there, but you put the net underneath it so that you had the option to use the net or just go on the glider. That would have been much better for Mario Kart 7, just saying. But moving back to the Mario Kart Wii version, this track is phenomenal. It looks fantastic. The wiggles are a bit annoying, but that doesn't matter. It's a good track. I don't know how to explain it. This track is just amazing. It's a very detailed track. It's very elegant looking. It looks great. It looks beautiful. It is a track that deserved to get remade instantly after it was put in Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 7. And I feel like this track could have had so much potential if it was put in the Mario Kart 8 with the anti-gravity mechanics. I feel like this track could have been remade fantastically in Mario Kart 8 with the anti-gravity mechanic. But moving on, I don't have time to talk about Maple Treeway. At number 7, we have Koopa Cave. Now, this track I also played on 3DS first, but I like this track a little more than Maple Treeway, mostly because I kind of liked water. I like the water aesthetic of it. I thought going into the underwater tube for part of the track was cool. Well, like the cheap swing by. I know that's Mario Kart 7 exclusive, but still, going in that tube under the ocean is a fantastic thing. This water streams are a cool addition. The mechanics of those. That's a great part of this track. The music is incredible. The visuals are great. This is just a fantastic track. This track deserved to get remade in Mario Kart 7. And I hope this track eventually, like some other tracks have been remade more than once, I hope this track gets remade again sometime day. But there's still 6 tracks in Mario Kart Wii I think are better than this track. So let's move on. Number 6. This track is what I actually would have rated super low back when I first played this track. I despised this track at first, but I'm starting to like it more. At number 6, we have Moonview Highway. Moonview Highway is a fantastic track that I may or may not have made look bad back in my old days. This track is good. It is fun to play on, and it's more interesting than most of the other highway tracks. Yeah, like, they haven't had a proper highway track since Mario Kart Wii. A new one I'm talking about, not Toad's Turnpike in Mario Kart 8 Plus. At number 5, we have Dry Ruins. Now, Dry Ruins is a pretty cool course. It's got fantastic music, and it's just a desert track. But you have to say, what's so interesting about this desert track? Well, it actually has variety with the outside desert environment and the falling coast. I mean, I know that's part of Dry Desert as well. Did I call it Dry Ruins or Dry Desert? Say it. One of the 2 tracks are such similar names are both desert tracks. Anyway, basically it has variety. The falling coast, even though they were part of the GameCube course Dry Desert first, are still a nice addition. The Pokies are pretty interesting, and the falling sand in the middle of the coast in that last section with the giant boost ramp is also an interesting mechanic, so you can probably drive through it on the first lap, maybe not the second or third. And also there's the half pipes and the sand pass you take the half pipes to avoid. So this track is very cool, its music is amazing, and I hope that this track is remade eventually. Well, let's move on. At number 4, we have Coconut Mall. Now this track is what I have liked since I played it for the first time. I have never really hated this track. I've always liked this track, even in Mario Kart 7. It's an amazing track. I mean, the cars are annoying, but it's a good track. It's got great music. It's a mall. And it got remade in Mario Kart 7. I'm happy, but this course is just so good. It's literally a mall. It's like you're shopping on Black Friday, but in Mario Kart. Yeah. Coconut Mall is a fantastic course. It looks great. like I said, the cars in the parking lot are a bit annoying, but that's just a little inconvenience. But still, in my opinion, there are still 3 tracks that are better in this game, so let's get moving on to those. At number 3, we have DK Summit. Now this track is pretty cool because it's a literal snowy mountain. And it is very, very cool. With all the half pipes everywhere. This is like the best use of half pipes in the game. I'm not even gonna lie. This track just does it so well. The music is great. I like the snowy mountain aesthetic. I mean, it's a very good course. It's been very well done. The giant Mario statues with a snowboard is pretty cool. Snowboarding Shyguys are a little bit annoying, but they're a minor obstacle. They're not crazy. And there's the half pipes at the end, which is amazing. Like, that's one of the best uses of half pipes ever in Mario Kart Wii. If this track does ever come back in future Mario Kart game, they're gonna have to find a way to incorporate the half pipes in without incorporating the half pipes in, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna want to add half pipes to this one course, so. In Mario Kart 9, just DK Summit, please, and possibly the next 2 tracks, but thank you. At number 2, we have Toad's Factory. This course is very, very, very good. It is. It's a factory. It's always been one of my favorite courses. My sister loves this course. This course is so good. The music is great. Like, the factory stompers are cool. The fact that this course has not been remade yet in Mario Kart amazes me, because this is one of the best Mario Kart courses, period, Nintendo has ever made. This is just a very, very, very good course, and it deserves to get remade in Mario Kart 9, or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe gets more racetracks. Toad's Factory, please! I beg of you. Toad's Factory. Thank you all. And now on to number 1. And my number 1 favorite track in Mario Kart Wii is Rainbow Road. This Rainbow Road is fantastic. Not as good as Mario Kart 7 Rainbow Road, but it's very close to it. It has a half pipe that works pretty well. It's very colorful Rainbow Road. I like this Rainbow Road texture, I'm not gonna lie. I like the way it uses like the trick ramps, like with the 2 like big circle pits at the in that one section. I thought those were just death traps and tried to trick off of them originally, and I realized you could use mushrooms to skip over them, which is pretty cool. Overall, this is a track I also used to hate a lot, but I've grown to love this track. And it takes the number 1 spot, and also, I have to add this, its music is just fantastic. It has the best music of any Mario Kart track. Maybe. It's tied with Toad's Factory and Electrodrome, but it's got very good music nonetheless. So, that's my number 1 track. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching my top 22 favorite Mario Kart Wii tracks. And I'll be sure to bring you that top 10 worst list eventually. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!